Hi, everyone. So my name is Tammy Marshall, your favorite family nurse practitioner, and we are here with the ShantaQuilette.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
And she has just been doing amazing things for the community, and not only for the community, for herself, and changing the legacy for her family and what health and wellness truly means. So we decided to partner together to talk about GLPs, because what are they? What do they do? Is it really the easy way out?
It's not.
It's not. And so we're going to talk about all the things. So we would like this to be very engaging. So if you have questions, let us know. We have people on Zoom to answer those questions. They're going to shout it out. We have a giveaway that is going on. So that's also going to be in the Zoom. We'll have a little roundy thingy and we'll be giving stuff away. Shanta, I know your people know who you are, but let's go ahead and introduce the world to who you are.
Hey, y'all. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much, Tammy. I'm ShantaQuilette, better known as Hey Shanta Q online. I am a social media personality, heart health advocate, mom. I'm going to coin myself now as Big Mama because I'm a grandma now. So I'm the world's funniest Big Mama. And I'm just, here to share life with humor, and be able to talk about real topics using humor because life be life.
Yeah.
And we don't always want to be overwhelmed with sadness. So I find a way to cover that with a little bit of happiness, no matter how dark it can be. And I'm also a comedian. So yeah.
So let's get into what everybody wants to know. Okay. This is like our round table talk. You can see kind of the table right here. I want to know your personal experience with GLPs.
So the interesting thing is, what I have to say first is I didn't have any idea of what GLP-1s were. In 2019, I had a stroke. 2018, I had a heart attack. And so through my recovery process, which was about 3 years, I was occupational, physical, cognitive behavioral, and speech therapy, right? I will be honest with you, I was very depressed. My life had changed overnight.
Yeah.
And I was just, I didn't know which way I was going. But through that, I was, still eating and not exercising. And so I had already picked up about 75 pounds prior to my stroke and heart attack. And then during the recovery of just being incapacitated, I gained another 60 pounds. So much, it started pushing me into stage 2 diabetes. And so I was trying to do my best to lose weight, but my mindset wasn't there.
Yeah.
I consulted with doctors about getting gastric surgery, gastric bypass. I wasn't eligible for that due to my health issues. And then there was a non-invasive procedure where I also wasn't eligible. So I was just kind of like, I don't know what to do. And so when my doctor was discussing, my options, one of the things she said was, you're going into stage 2 diabetes. And I just want to be very transparent with you. You're going to die if you don't get it together. You got to lose the weight. And she could see the pain in my eyes because I'm like, I'm trying. Like, I just I don't have the willpower. Like, I'm going through a whole nother set of things. Like, I'm trying to get my life right. I'm trying not to have another stroke, but I'm going through this transition. The job that I love is no longer in my future. So all these things I had to deal with. So the last thing I was really worried about is trying to exercise and lose weight. And I love to eat. Like, I love to eat.
I'm an addict. I shot him.
And my doctor was like, hey, they get ready to put me on insulin. She's like, I'm going to put you on this GLP-1
Thank God.
called Ozempic.
Yeah.
And she was like, this is going to help you with your diabetes, but it may also help you lose weight.
Yeah.
And
You seen her?
the weight loss
It's weight
loss.
Okay.
And so it changed my life.
Yes.
Dramatically,
Yes.
and I will say I was not someone who was overly concerned about my weight. I've always been happy in my skin. Even with the weight loss, it was just, I kind of just was going on with life, I'm gonna be cute, but just in a bigger size. Okay. I was okay with that. But I found after losing the weight, how much better I felt overall. And not even about appearance, because I look good. Size 18, 22, 32, right. I still look good. But I felt better.
Yes.
I felt better. I could tell, just my body was operating at a higher vibration.
Yes. I'm so happy to hear your story, because oftentimes as providers, right, we do what we think is best, right? And I always tell my clients, you are the CEO of your body. Mm-hmm. I can tell you what I think can help, but at the end of the day, you have to take that information and dole it out to your body in the way that you see fit.
Right.
One of the things that I wish we would understand is that there's multiple ways to skin a cat, right? So just because this way is the one that may be more favorable, it could be this way, that way, but it needs to make a holistic difference to who you are as a person, right? And I think with the GLPs, what I love about it is that it's able to function in so many different body parts. And so like for me, behind the scenes, you get to flaunt the weight loss, but behind the scenes, you're becoming the most metabolic, healthier version of yourself.
Yes.
Like labs, I bet if we drew them today, it looked like you don't even have diabetes at all.
You're probably actually considered as reversed. I'm in remission. So I'm in remission to diabetes. Yeah. My cholesterol looks amazing. High blood pressure. The last time I had my congestive heart failure test, that was also in the green. And the doctor was like, whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Which leads me to my next point. Can you be on GLPs long term? Yes. The medication was designed for you to be on it long term. And I think what people fail to realize, GLPs are peptide-like. Yeah. So they mimic the peptides within your own natural body. So there's really no big contraindications for use. But we see the beautiful benefits of you feeling better, and that's important. There's also GLP receptors like in the brain, in the heart, everywhere, right? And what we're noticing is that for so long, we've told clients that are obese or have a higher BMI, well, you have to do better.
Right.
How am I helping you to achieve the goals? Because this affects so many different facets of your life. Low energy, low mood, low sex drive, poor self-esteem can happen with, obesity. And then the health issues, like higher risk for all kinds of things. And I think that what we forget is that this medication it's a tool to be used, not a substitute. Right. So you still work out.
Yeah, still work out, still have to eat right. You definitely have to be accountable.
Yeah.
And it makes me that because I'm more conscious about what I eat. When I think about my sugar intake and my sodium intake. And like I said, I'm not going to say I don't have a good time. I have a good time, but I make sure that I do that in moderation. And I'm more conscious than I was before, because before I was like, hey, sit it down, I'm going to eat it, right? Because I like it. But now I know I can't do that.
Right.
I can't do that. So it made me a lot more conscious, a lot more aware, and just made my quality of life so much better.
Honestly, for us here at Lueur Health Wellness, that's our favorite side effect.
Yeah.
Right? When people come to us in the beginning and they're asking questions about how can they get help for weight loss, it's a very withdrawn conversation. They're speaking very inward, don't really want to look up, poor eye contact because of the self-esteem issues associated with it, right? But then I say, I know you don't know me yet, and I know you don't know me enough to trust me, but trust that we have done this before, and we know where you're about to grow towards, and it's a beautiful space.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful space. We want you happy, healthy, and whole.
Yeah.
And that's important.
Yeah.
So tell us about this book.
So I created Glow and Grow with GLP-1. It's an ebook. And the reason why I created the book is because the influx of the plethora of DMs I would get from women who are just like me, or just like the ones you were saying that were talking inward, women who are maybe feeling shameful or feeling desperate to lose weight for whatever reason they want to lose weight for. And I was like, there's so many questions. And for me, I give so much, and I want to be able to go in and answer every single question with my heart and soul. And I know I can't do that.
Yes.
So what I did was I came up with the ebook. I said, I'm going to put all these questions in an ebook, and I'm going to answer them. But it's not just going to be any ebook. It's going to be like a girlfriend ebook.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to just be like I'm just talking.
Yes.
You're in a curriculum, and it's just this blunt.
It's a no gatekeeping.
It's just a no gatekeeping ebook. And it's from the heart, and it's me. It's like you're talking to your good girlfriend, and I'm talking back to you.
Yeah.
So it talks about everything from just mindset, recipes, exercise, whether it's high impact or low impact, because a lot of times they'll say, go out and exercise. How? Everybody's not at the same capacity when it comes to exercising. Like I used to love plyometrics.
Yeah.
I loved HIIT.
Yes.
I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So sometimes I can just do my basic walking, maybe standing up, sitting down, things like that for everybody. Something in there for everybody. Even a playlist, music that you can listen to keep you motivated, because it is hard. Everybody expects you to do a 180 overnight. You're not going to do a 180 overnight. You may not do a 180 in a week or a year.
Yeah.
It's about the small steps, the small steps that lead to a larger progress. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to help people like I needed the help.
I love it. And there's something that's so powerful when you are doing it from a patient's perspective. Right? Like I said, I can say things, but I'm not living in your body. Right? I've done the research to say why this will work, but how is it going to affect your home life?
Right.
And I think what we fail to realize on this journey called life, health is a spectrum.
Yeah.
Right. And we need to remember that trading our time for money, sometimes we can get it confused.
Right.
The real asset that we have is our time.
Yeah.
Health is wealth.
Yeah.
If you can pour into yourself to get yourself a healthier version of yourself, you will be wealthy.
Yeah.
And what we do here is just through our membership program now is being able to curate an experience that allows our clients to do healthcare holistically within community.
Yeah.
We need support. And so often as a provider, but then also a provider of color, and then also a woman, we're not heard. There's so many times where I have went to a doctor's office and I'm telling them how I'm feeling, and it's like, okay, what else can I do for you? Well, I just told you what I need, but we're walking over it, right? And so something for me that I'm even more passionate about is, girl, I just found out my A1C is 5.9. I am 5.9.
What?
So as you are aware, A1C is an indicator for diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so when you are between 5.5 to 6.4, you're considered 5.7, to 6.4, you're considered pre-diabetic.
Yep.
I am 5.9. And what scared me when I got that diagnosis was I'm not overweight.
Right.
I don't eat bad. How did this happen? So there's something else that creeps into our community, which is stress. And we often hear, Doctor, well, you just have to be less stressed. So what does less stress look like?
Right. And stress looks different for everyone.
It does.
I remember my doctor saying that to me when I had my heart attack. It was like, oh, you're stressed. You need to just not be so stressed. And I'm like, well, how the hell do I do that? Like, my stress ain't the same as your stress.
Correct.
Correct. Like, I still have to go to work every day. Like, that's not an option for me.
Right.
So for you to tell me to quit my job because I'm stressed, like, okay.
What does that mean? And I think in our Black communities, what we often see is the template of stress very, very young.
Right.
We just know how to grind, how to hustle.
Push through.
You push through. You just, what is it? The strong black
woman.
It's killing us though.
Yeah, we have this cape.
Yes.
And we tie it, and not realizing that you don't get any special gold coins, you don't get any special powers, you don't turn into Linda Carter in the phone booth, spin around, and all that. So by saying that you are
a strong
superwoman, strong woman,
it doesn't happen. So what happens is that when we are weak, or when we have these moments, we talk ourselves out of that a very real emotion that we are supposed to go through.
Yeah.
And we buried it.
Yeah.
And then we buried it. And so for me, when I got that diagnosis, I looked back chronologically over the past 3 years since we started this business, and I thought I was handling stress appropriately. But what I realized, I got really sick in February. I was like passing out. I was real sick. I could hear my kids crying. My husband was like, girl, what's going on? And in that moment when I was laying on my bathroom floor, I said, would I be happy if I died right now? And my answer was no. In our life, we have to realize the time and energy that we put into things. If we ask ourselves that question, if we were to die right now, would we be happy with the legacy and the progress that we have made in this life? And your answer, if it's no, should scare you.
Yeah.
And so it prompted me into action. How do I put on my oxygen mask on first?
Yeah.
How do I make sure I pour into you all from my overflow instead of a deficit?
Right. And it should only be with overflow.
And it should only be with overflow, right? And so I've built this, my husband and I, we have staff here in the background, probably poke their little heads out. I don't know if they will. There's a little head. Oh, there's some hands. But what I've learned is that I cannot control anything. And as Woman Evolve was coming up, and it spoke to my spirit, surrendering the flesh to the Father. I do not want to be like Moses, getting everybody to the promised land, and I can't get in.
Right.
So what do I do to make sure I am the healthiest version of myself? What do you do to be the healthiest version of yourself? And what do you do to be the healthiest version of yourself?
What do you do?
What do you do?
Put yourself first. You put yourself first always. And like I said, when you said stress, we bury the stress, but it shows up in heart attacks, strokes, and diabetes, and hypertension, and all these different things because we're burying it, we're not taking care of it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And then at the same time, some of us are taking care of it or going to the doctor like I was and still being told it's just stress.
It's a stress.
Yeah.
Give me the tools.
Give me the tools. How do I mitigate it? What do I need to do?
Right.
You know?
Right.
I remember even the first time with my heart attack, I was just like, hey, don't be stressed. But there was no plan. There was no plan that I could take initiative in.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why here too, when we started doing the weight loss program, I started seeing people get stuck in certain areas. And what I noticed, there's a lot of trauma with food.
Yeah.
And if we don't get to the root cause of why the overeating started to begin with, why when you eat certain things, this flood of dopamine rushes into your brain and you just have, you know that feeling, right? When it's like the wind is blowing and you're singing and they're like,
listen, I dance. I do the bang head bounce. I do the bang head bounce before I should be.
Oh, that's so high. You know what I mean? And when our brain realizes, ooh, if you're stressed, what happens when you're stressed? Your body releases cortisol, right? Cortisol is a hormone that was used back in the day to get you out of dangerous situations like bears, saber-toothed tigers, and all these things, right? So during that cortisol increase, what happens? Your heart rate increases, your blood sugar increases, your blood pressure increases to get you the energy that you need to get out of that situation. But our brain is so uniquely designed that our body cannot tell between physical stress and emotional stress. So the cortisol levels continue to rise, but we're not expending any of that energy, right? So we're sitting here during the day, somebody to cross you off, when you're driving, and you're like, dang, I'm so upset. That cortisol is building up.
And you want to eat a sandwich?
Well, if you don't manage, don't manage that cortisol, it could make you desire something sweet. Because what happens with your brain, I know how to make you feel better. Right? I feel this sense of a rise in cortisol. We're not executing and getting rid of that energy, but I do know how to make you feel better, less stressed. Go ahead and get you that donut. Yeah. Because when you get that donut, what are we doing? Yeah. Right? That flooded you with dopamine. Now you feel better, but then it comes a negative loop cycle, right? Because then you crash, and you're like, dang, I shouldn't have ate that donut.
Yeah. I just think, I when I think about food and how food was introduced to me growing up, with my grandmothers, I have 4 grandmothers, it was always a good experience. Yeah. Food always brings good memories back to me, so when my grandma was making a cake, it was always exciting, it was always fun, it was always like, here, we eat collard greens and chicken, but it was never, you can't eat too much of that. Nobody would ever, and I was, small until, the last, 15 years, but it was never anyone telling you to stay away from the table or pulling you back from the table. It was always, you can have as much as you want. Like, grandma loves you. Yeah.
You need that. Yeah. And I think too, sometimes that can come from a mindset when we didn't have enough. Yeah. So then we overdo it, right? And then again, food is such a pivotal moment for our culture. Yeah. We sit around, and not just for Black culture, but everyone's culture is centered around food.
It's around food.
But the thing that we can do nowadays, now that we understand how food is now being genetically modified, how gluten is added into food at a higher capacity. Like, a lot of those things are not healthy, but we could still bake that cake and elicit that emotional response. Yeah. The ingredients may have to change. Don't use that
gluten-free, no sugar, wheat flour.
Right? All the things.
Dark chocolate.
All the things. It may look different now than how it looked back then. But as we know better, we do better. Right? Yeah. I think it's very important also to ask for certain labs to be drawn.
Oh, yeah. I think that is so important. And being able to know what to ask for.
Yes.
And being okay with questioning your doctor.
Yes.
Being okay with self-diagnosis and being able to look something up and being like, hey, doctor,
this is what... Listen, you're my ideal patient. Because the thing about it, at the end of the day, I get to see you for a very limited snapshot in history and time. Yeah. You've been dealing with you for a whole long time. Yeah. If you gather the evidence about you, and we're having now your physical exam and doing your HPI history on you, bring forth that evidence so we can dissect it together. And then I can use what I've been told and educated about and seen, anecdotally or not, and say, you know what? I do agree that some of these things are lining up with what you've accepted. Let's go ahead and order XYZ elemental P. What's wrong with that? Healthcare is a partnership.
Listen, I remember I was having a pain right here in my leg, and it would come and go. The pain would just come and go. And I was looking on Google, and I decided to go on TikTok. Mm-hmm. And I went on TikTok, and there's a lot of doctors, MDs on there. And this doctor Googled on TikTok, and this doctor was talking about the specific testing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm going to ask Dr. Hankins, will he do this test? And so, I have my chart. I went and sent him an email. And he was like, it's a very strange test to ask for. He was like, but we can order it. That test, my blood was elevated. I got put on the medication that I'm on now because of it. And it was related to that pain in my leg was related to my heart. It was related to my heart. And it was just by Googling and having a doctor talk about a specific test that you just don't get in your normal blood work, right? And going to ask my doctor and him not being like, no, you don't need that. I don't think you need that. Just like, hey, let's do it. Let's order it. Come to LabCorp, get the blood work. And he came back and he was like, it's elevated.
Wow.
Went to see my cardiologist.
Was it a D-dimer?
D-dimer.
Yep.
It was D-dimer.
Yep.
And I had never heard of the D-dimer or anything like that. Yeah. I just Went on, and the doctor was like, if you're having this pain in your leg, it could be related to a D-dimer.
Yeah,
D-dimer.
because that shows us if there's clot.
Yes, it's clot. And he said, get the D-dimer test. And that's what I went and asked my doctor, the D-dimer. And he did the test, and it was elevated. And when I did my blood work, I got my blood work back that evening. And he was like, it is elevated. Go ahead and you need to get to your cardiologist. And I went to my cardiologist, and
Here we go.
And it was just by doing the research and going an extra step and not just letting that pain consist and be like, oh, it's probably because I worked too hard.
No.
Oh, I remember running. I was exercising, making all these excuses for things that happen to your body. And what I tell people is, if you have something that happens or sporadically happens, it's not just happening.
Yes.
Your body is warning you. I said, look at the medication. When you look at Tylenol and NyQuil, all these medications, and this is not sponsored. When you see those, when you look at the back of that medication, they all say the same thing. If these symptoms persist beyond 7 days, you need to go to the doctor. They're telling you, hey, there's something wrong. This is not normal.
It's not normal.
It's not normal.
Yeah. I think we've learned to deal with just physical pain and emotional pain and just walk with it as long as on.
Yeah.
Dismiss it. Just dismiss it. And I think, though, too, we've been dismissed so much. So it's just like, well, last time I went and nothing happened. It's, this, I felt this, but, I don't think. My grandma used to have these things. Right. You know what I mean? Or, my mama said, but why?
Yeah.
And sometimes what interests me is that I'll see clients, they'll come in with insurance, but have I seen anybody in 10,000 years? Right. Now, I'm guilty. I'm in remission, guys. I'm in remission. I'm in remission. I was the provider that wasn't providing for myself. I thought I was okay. I kept doing it. I was tired. The excuse was I'm tired because I'm running a business. I'm tired because I have little kids. Right. Tired because I'm a wife. Or I'm tired. But there was a real issue. Yeah. Which was my body was telling me that your blood sugar, your insulin, your stress level is too high. Yeah. And if I continue at that capacity, things will get turned on in my body that you can't turn off. Yeah. And so D-dimer, one of the tests that we love, it definitely tells us a lot of information. Another one, your insulin levels tells us a lot of information. Some of the things growing up, your grandma, me, mom, papa, ma told you, why'd you wash your neck? Yeah. Your neck is dirty. You ain't washing your neck good enough. That could be one of the earliest signs of insulin resistance. Wow. Getting dark. You've seen people like that. They're just real dark around that neck. That is one of the first signs of insulin resistance. Or the yellow in the eyes. Now that could be liver. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's called acanthosis nigricans. That darkening, the velvety skin, it can happen under the arms, in the groin area, and under the breast. Oh, wow. The skin gets real smooth, but it can be an indicator of insulin resistance. And insulin is not a test that we do often, but it's able to indicate that level, which in turn, now if you're a petite person, I'm like, okay, if your insulin is high, then we could be super stressed. Yeah. Which is turning on all this inflammation within your body. So I'm learning now. I was trained to be like, okay, give a pill for every ill. Yeah. As I'm growing more mature as a provider, I've been doing this for nearly 2 decades, nurse practitioner for almost 10. I'm learning that a pill for every ill does not solve the problem. Yeah. Just suppressing. It suppresses. So doing a really comprehensive lab test, getting your vitamin D checked, getting your B vitamins checked, you're getting that folate, LD, all the cholesterol pain, all this stuff says a beautiful picture about who you are and how we need to support you. Yeah. So getting labs is important. Yeah.
And I want to say this, too. Just because you look good doesn't mean that you're good on the inside. Okay. Sick can look pretty, and sick can also look sick. Oh. And a lot of times because you living your best life, you feeling good, you looking good, you like you said, my weight is okay. Right. I don't have any signs and symptoms. I'm okay. But that doesn't mean that there's not something going on with your body. I know people who are in tip-top shape.
Yes.
Who were in tip-top shape. Exercise, everything. They're not here anymore.
Yes. Yes.
Because they needed to go to a cardiologist and see that there was a blockage.
Yeah.
Or a lot of times you feel stuff and you ignore it.
You ignore it.
You ignore it. And your body is just telling you,
I need help.
And I remember running on the treadmill when I first started having my first indicator that I had heart disease. I was running on a treadmill.
Wow.
And I remember that flutter that that made me stop and say, I said, okay, I've never had that happen before. And I kept running. I started my treadmill back up. I kept running. I felt it again. I was like, okay. Did it one more time, and I was like, you know what? I stopped the treadmill. I said, I'm going home and we'll call my doctor. And I went to my doctor and I said, hey, I'm having some fluttering. I got some kind of funny feeling in my chest when I'm running. I've never had that happen before. And she immediately sent me to a cardiologist, and they told me that I had exercise-induced arrhythmia, which I learned that. And then things started to develop. I had all the clear indications of someone who had heart disease, but I was an advocate for myself. And I'm grateful that I did keep going to the doctor and I didn't, let my mind tell me that I was okay.
Right.
Up until I actually had a heart attack and had a stroke. But I just want everyone to know to listen to the signs of your body. And like she said, be the CEO of your health.
Yeah.
It is so important. You only get one body. You only get this one body.
Yeah.
And once you don't have it no more, it's gone. Right?
And God told us to be a good steward of the vessel that He has given us.
Yeah.
So it's almost, as Christians, if you don't take care of yourself, it's almost like, how are we in alignment with Christ?
Yeah.
We're supposed to be Christ-like. We're supposed to make sure that we take care of the vessel that He gave us, so that we can stay on this earth as long as we need to stay to spread His word. So I just think this conversation was definitely needed. There's now one of the things with GLBs, they're expensive.
Yeah, they are. That's the biggest thing that I hear is people with insurance, even with insurance, they're like, it's, even my daughter was saying, it's $1,600 a month or $500 a month.
Yes.
$200 a month.
Yes, it can be expensive. So, knowing your options, there's a lot of pop-ups that are coming up, giving people medications and all this other stuff. And what I want to say is that when you're in the process of looking for a provider to do a GLP-1, either tirzepatide, Mounjaro, Zepbound, Wegovy, all those things, right? Vet that person, vet that company, because there's been on the intranet, people that are giving or purchasing only supposed to be used for labs. Grade semaglutide and tirzepatide, which is why the price is cheaper. It's not really meant for us to be using it in the capacity that people have been doing it. So you always want to make sure that you're asking questions, just like you're going to ask your provider questions, making sure that you ask any provider that you're going to, and do they even have a provider? Right. Like, what are you getting this on the side of the street for $2.99? That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Yeah. And you want to be able to get labs. Like, my biggest thing is whenever someone goes into a program for GLPs, what do you look like metabolically before you even started this medication?
Right.
Like, why would I want to start you on something that I know is going to change you metabolically if I don't even know what the baseline is? Is it actually helping you? Is it not helping you? Like, what else can I help you with? Are your vitamins low? Is your vitamin D low? Mm-hmm. And one of the things that is funny, the more melanin that you have, the less able you are to synthesize vitamin D from the sun. Mm-hmm. It's just the way the good Lord made us. And what's also interesting that I've found is vitamin D is also very crucial in the way that we make insulin. So when I started researching a more holistic way to take care of our clients and our community, I'm like, why aren't we running more vitamin D tests for minority communities if we know that the more pigment that you have in melanin, you typically have a decrease in vitamin D. And it is leading to insulin resistance. And so insulin resistance then leads to diabetes. But could we have stopped the progression if we would have given you some high-dose vitamin D? Right. Did we have to create damage on tissue and eyes and vessels by having chronic high sugars, chronically high insulin levels. Like, could we have stopped it with a simple test of like a vitamin D? You know? So knowing your numbers is very important. Vital. You know, sometimes you can be like, oh, well, I want to lose weight to feel more comfortable and confident. That's fine.
Yeah.
But we're going to run your lab.
Yes. And make sure you look at your labs too.
Yes.
That is so important. Because I remember when my neurologist, after this debacle that I went through with my health and all these doctors, she decided to go back and pull like all my records and all my blood work. And she was like,
There's a clear trajectory.
she said, it's all here. Your LDLs were getting higher and higher each year. Your LDLs, EFGRs, and all of that stuff was high. And I remember sometimes asking the doctor when I would see that high, in the H and L, and I'd be like, hey, what does that mean? And they'd be like, it's not too high to be worried about. That's all I would get. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, it's not too high.
I'm okay.
And so make sure you also do the due diligence. The doctor, don't just take the doctor's word. The doctor is a doctor. But sometimes you need a second set of eyes, especially if you're concerned or you're curious about something and you feel like you're not getting the answers that you need. You can always pull those records out and go to another doctor.
Absolutely. And I think what's interesting, right? So there's ranges. Now, people could feel the best in the middle of the range. Some people could feel the best at higher end of the spectrum, some the lower end of the spectrum, right? So it's all individualized to you. Now, also what I would say, the marker has been moving as we progressed in time. What the lab does is they take the average, the people within the community or the area, and then that dictates what is normal or not. So the goalpost for blood sugars has been increasing on what is considered normal for the past few years. Wow. Yeah, we've been moving the goalpost. So now some labs will say 125 fasting blood sugar is still okay. No, a 125 fasting blood sugar is not okay because that means that something is going on. The other thing I like to tell my clients is that if I'm telling you to fast for 8 hours prior to you getting those labs done, your blood sugar is probably going to be low.
Yeah.
And a lot of providers are not also ordering an A1C. The A1C gives me an average of what you do on a 3-month. So you could be, I've had clients that I've diagnosed with diabetes and they've had providers because we failed to get that A1C. So every time she get her labs done, she's fasting for 8 to 12 hours. It looks like her blood sugar in her blood is low. Of course it's low because she hasn't eaten. Only people who have severely, I don't say only, but people who have very high blood sugars on a long-term basis tend to have blood sugars that will be high even when they're fasting. But that's not everyone. So we could miss a whole bunch of people by not adding that A1C because you're going to appear fine when we just take that random and you fasted because we emptied out your sugar stores. You don't have nothing in your bloodstream. So yeah, your blood sugar is going to look like it's normal. And then we moved that goalpost to 125. I prefer 70 to 99. Once you start hitting that 99, something is going on. You shouldn't be fasting and close to hugging that 100. And so what I've been learning too, and I love this analogy, the military, right? Let's use the military. If you see military personnel, maybe 1 or 2 on a field, and you're driving by, you're like, why are there 2 soldiers or Navy men, sailors? Why are they on the field? You kind of drive by, you're like, okay. And you come back and they're smiling up. Something's going on. You drive by. Now, when you come back again, the whole field is littered. Now we realize there's a problem. There was a problem when the first 2 showed up. It's just like that with our lab work. Just because it may be on the higher end of normal, the 2 military people are out there. Let's figure out why it's that close to begin with so we don't get overrun. And that's just kind of like what I say.
Wow. That's a good analogy.
Yeah. So we have special treats for you all. So I don't know if you guys have signed into the Zoom, but we're going to be doing some giveaways here. I think the lady, you still there? Okay. Were you able to put the names in the giveaway? Okay. So we're going to call our first giveaway winner. So they're going to be getting Evolve X.
Whoa.
That's when Shanta is beginning to get her abs snatched. She did get a little liquid like when she told you, it was a little fancy, a little spicy. But Evolve, Evolve isn't spicy. Okay, so Evolve is a body contouring device that allows your body to go ahead and tighten and tone. Okay, so the clients that did sign up for that are going to be entered into the drawing. So if you guys want to be entered, you need to go ahead and get to that Zoom link.
Get to the Zoom.
It should be posted here shortly. Get to that Zoom link. We'll give you a couple of moments to get there so that you guys can be entered into the drawing. The other thing, if you guys sign up for membership, we're giving 14 days free, right? So you can come and talk to us. 14 days for free. You can come set up an appointment. Come on. High value. Not only are we doing that, but the first 50 people that sign up, first 50, get a free ebook.
Free ebook.
I was trying to remember. It was GLP, Glow and Grow.
Glow and Grow with GLP-1.
There we go. So you get it, the first 50 get that ebook. And then the first 50 also get 0.25 milligrams of semaglutide for free. Of course, we got to look at your labs to make sure you qualify, and you need to have an exam with us. So these are the things that we are giving away. So they should be dropping the link for that. I'm really enjoying this conversation. I hope you guys are enjoying this candid conversation about health. But yeah, let's get snatched together.
Snatched her.
Sassy and snatched. What, very demure?
Very demure.
Very cutesy, very modest, very sassy, very mindful.
Let's get it.
Very authentic, very transparent, very put together. Very well, very happy, very humorous. Just very
But yeah, let's work on this together, because you know what, at the end of the day, like I was telling Shanta, like her level of influence I don't have, right? But if we're able to now change the trajectory, have these types of conversations, you guys all have level of influences,
Yes.
that we don't have access to.
Yeah.
This information needs to go out to those circles of the level of influence that you have, so that we can continue to get happy, healthy, whole together.
Yeah. You got to put yourself first, y'all. Put yourself first. I when it comes to GLP-1s, I hear people say, "Oh, well, it's the easy way out," or you need to get off this medication and you need to exercise and eat well. You wouldn't tell me to do that with my heart medication. You wouldn't just tell me to get off my heart medication and just let my heart beat. Just let it do its own thing, right? Let it stop if it wants to. No, you ain't gonna tell me that. So just like anything else, some things have to be mitigated.
Yes.
Some things have to be mitigated. Some things need help. The people with the tummy teas and all this other stuff. Ain't nobody fussing about that.
Yeah.
This is changing people's lives.
Yes.
People are coming off of medication.
Yes.
People are feeling better. People are living longer, because the medication is doing its job.
Yes.
And for whatever reason you feel that you need the medication, it's your business.
It's your
nobody
business.
else's business. Your business and your health practitioner's business.
Yeah.
Who has his best interest in you.
Yeah.
Say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it changed my life. I'm always transparent and authentic as I can when it comes to anything that I do. And when I find things that help, I want to tell the world about it. I know the struggle. I know how hard it is I know how it feels to want to live and feel like you're dying, right?
Yes. Ooh, that's good.
And I had to change that. No matter how happy I felt in my skin or thought I looked in my skin, I had to make the change. Mm-hmm. And had I not been made that change, I can't say that I'd be sitting here talking to y'all. So if you are in a place where you feel like you need extra help, maybe you just need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Whether it's with Tammy at a local or with your doctor, have the conversation. Yeah. Sit down and tell your doctor, like, hey, and it may be from family history, like, hey, I heard people say that my numbers are all good. Like, I went to the doctor and they said everything looks well. Well, my mom has heart disease. My dad has heart disease. My grandma had a heart attack. These are factors that may not affect me now,
Right.
but may affect me later. So I need to lose the weight. I need some extra help. So,
And you can stay on it long term.
and you can stay on it long term.
What I like to also bring to that point is, as we get older, our eyes fail, right? I've heard this before. And we wouldn't tell someone to stop wearing glasses, right? So without glasses, your vision could be terrible, right? With glasses, your vision is fine. So would you tell someone to stop wearing their glasses because with their glasses, their vision is fine?
To use.
You get with their glasses, the vision is 20/20.
Right.
But I'm not going to tell them to take off their glasses and test them again,
Right.
and hope that they'll be 20/20. So if you need the medication, you need the medication. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's okay to stay on it long term.
Right.
Especially if we're doing it for cardiometabolic purposes and we're trying to protect the heart, the kidney, the liver, everything. We're trying to protect you metabolically because of that extensive family history and your own personal history.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong. The medication is safe.
Yeah.
It's been around for a while. So I think we wanted to clear the air about GLPs, and I hope that this was helpful. And then if you guys want to talk to us, they're putting the links down below about signing up for membership and going ahead and getting those labs drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it can be expensive to get labs drawn through your insurance. If you want to do cash pay, we have that option available. So are we ready for our first? Do we have any questions in Zoom?
There is some on Instagram Live. There was one that says, what's helping?
What's helping?
Yeah, what's helping?
What's helping in regards to what? Can you put in the comments what was that question in reference to?
Maybe they left. No, I didn't say.
Okay. Any other questions that you
And sometimes there's a delay too. So it's a little delay on Instagram. So it might be like maybe like a 10-second delay from what we say. Then I've learned that.
Yeah, you might have answered this question.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. We talked a lot. So are we ready to figure out who is the winner of an Evolve X?
Ooh, y'all about to be snatched.
Woo! So on Zoom, do you mind switching your screen to the Wheel of Fortune? So on Zoom, what's happening? There's a Wheel of Fortune going on. So if you guys want to enter, you better hurry up and enter and get you stuff on Zoom.
Enter the Zoom, y'all.
And you're still muted on Zoom, Terry.
I'm muted on Zoom? Okay. Well, I guess that should be okay.
Okay.
You just spin it and then she'll tell us who that winner is. Okay. Na 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 na. You gotta ask yourself. Na 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 da 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 da. Okay. Oh, we got a winner! Okay. Who are they?
It's got to be a Robin K.
Robin!
That's
Yes! Congratulations, Robin!
to the gods. To the gods.
We are so excited, Robin, that you won the package. We also have a party here on Thursday, so if you want to get dancing with us on Friday, we're also doing more giveaways. So you could have some gift cards. Oh yeah, there are gift cards. If you sign up to the party, while supplies last, $100 gift card to any service.
Any service.
So we're trying to do our part in the community. We want this to be affordable. We want this to be life-changing. We want to continue to have these type of conversations.
Yeah.
So we have a therapist that will be airing a podcast soon. You have questions in there? So we'll have a therapist that we're going to be airing the podcast soon with. We've done one with nutritionist Russ. So go and check out these things. They're exclusively only available to our VIP in the Lueur Collective. Okay?
Join the VIP, y'all.
Join the VIP.
Be like me, y'all.
Be like her.
Be healthy.
Come on.
Be happy. Be humorous.
Come on.
Be fine. Be fly.
Come on.
Fabulous, demure, modest, cutesy, stylish, gorgeous, gracious,
Hallelujah.
God, that. Elbow shot. All of that.
All right. So, any last minute questions before we go?
Any last questions?
One more giveaway. One more giveaway.
One more giveaway.
Oh, she said she want to do another giveaway. I guess you guys are getting into that Zoom. She said she want to do another giveaway. All right, you guys are on Jeopardy ghetto style. Okay, we got it. Do 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 do. Okay, we got another person. Tracy B. Tracy! Well, congratulations, everyone. If you need anything from us, we're here at Lueur Health Wellness, based in DeSoto, Texas. Text us 214-393-5538. Okay? Let us know that you shot us on Shanta's Instagram.
You saw it on my Instagram. Y'all be at the party on Thursday. Is that
Want
what?
to the VIP? No, we'll open it up for everyone.
Okay, we'll open it up. Have a whole bunch of people showing up.
No, we'll have VIP parties later for people in the Lueur Collective. We'll have intimate conversations. Very cutesy, very demure. I'm like obsessed with that. Anyway, we'll have a little champagne, but we'll also have fruits and vegetables and all the things. This party is being catered by Chef Fifi. You know Chef.
Well, that's right. Yeah, that's my personal chef, y'all.
See, she knows Chef.
She been cooking for me since 2017, y'all.
So you know the food. You know the type of food we're about to have.
She make a potato. I don't eat potato salad. I'm sorry. She makes a green salad with tomatoes and cucumbers. That's really nice.
She's doing some type of a watermelon salad.
Oh, wait a minute.
Tasting that watermelon?
She has a yellow meat watermelon.
Okay.
Yellow meat, orange meat watermelon. With balsamic vinegar.
That's what she said.
On
She's
top
making
of
this.
it. With feta cheese.
That's it.
When I tell you it's amazing. It's amazing. She just catered for an event for me like 2 weeks ago. She was at Methodist Hospital we were doing something for breast cancer. And everybody was kind of looking because it's like cheese on watermelon, like cheese on watermelon. Like my girl ain't never put cheese on watermelon, but.
That's what she told me. She was like, we were discussing the menu, and she was like, what do you want? So we've always done like charcuterie boards, but I wanted to be fancy because I saw her cater the mats. And so she had like this floating salad bar. And I said,
and she did chicken salad.
Oh,
and then she did the fox charcuterie board. Fox charcuterie for us. It was nasty. It was nasty. It was nasty. I mean, it was so good. I could still taste the sausages and the cheese.
What? Oh, I'm so excited.
That's how I was eating in moderation, y'all.
So if you want to come to the party, then you need to text RSVP to 214-393-5538. If you can put that in the comments for them.
Yeah, put it in the comments.
Okay, they're getting it together.
Because people like me are over there. Yeah.
Text RSVP to 214-393-5538.
Type it down for them. Because that's around the call the post office. Ain't
It's not on the post office. It's here.
Wait a minute. I got a 2 or 3 and 2
Yeah, they'll put it in there for you so that we can get to know you on Thursday so we can eat this food. But she knows Chef. Chef
is like, listen.
She's good.
Chef is good, y'all. I'm telling you. Like, my family, like, she's the only one. Like, we can't, like, we like Chef. You can't bring nobody else.
That part. She's been catering for us. This is her second or third year.
Yes.
She's so good.
She does Thanksgiving. She does Christmas for us. She does when I just don't feel like cooking.
She's good. And it's healthy. And she knows.
She's a vegan.
She is.
She's a vegan.
And so she knows the mission, the vision, the value.
She see a vegan and like smell and cook pork. Oh, that was just working. And she might not be so vegan. There's a hair once in my greens. I ain't put them hair once in my greens. And you touch your skin, and you put them instead behind us, and then seep into your skin.
Now you can't be such a sleep. Yes, can. That is a thing.
That's
So
a
you can. So maybe she had the little.
Yeah, she had-
Chef, we just playing, Chef. We love you, Chef.
That's my
If you're
girl.
watching
That's
this,
my
we
girl.
love you.
That's my girl.
We love you, Chef Mimi. But we're just so excited to celebrate just the kickoff, health, wealth, and just changing the trajectory of what that looks like in our community.
Yeah.
We can have fun, we can eat, but we can do it in a healthier way.
Yeah.
It tastes good.
Healthy in a fun way, y'all.
Yeah.
I just got me an air fryer. I bought me this air fryer. It's I used it yesterday. And it's oilless. It's a oilless. Yeah, you can use oil in it. You can use a little bit of oil, but it's an air fryer and also an oven, a countertop oven. So you can dehydrate, you can bake, you can
that's
grill.
good.
But I made some chicken wings.
Was it good? It was
Oh God, it was crunchy. The people watched me make it from beginning to end on live. Like we were on live yesterday for an hour, and I was like, y'all, I'm using this for the first time, so y'all gonna see the results as I use it. I seasoned it. The chicken was crunchy.
It was juicy.
And it was juicy. It wasn't dry. It was amazing. Cause you know, air fryer, they were good for your 5-year-old chicken nuggets. I'm like, but it's absolutely amazing. And so I was like, as I was thinking, you said I have to eat more protein today because I done got these lipo shots.
She got to eat more protein.
I got to eat a lot of protein today. I'm going to stop and I'm going to give me some protein and I'm going to use it.
Okay.
And I'm like, and you don't have to really clean up. It ain't about.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah. That the cleanup, because sometimes when you make the wings and it gets real sticky and hard to clean up on the bottom of it.
It's so good, y'all.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
So we are excited to see you on Thursday. So again, click or text us RSVP at 214-393-5538. 5538. And then if you want us to, to have a consult with you or anything else, just let us know where you saw this. If it was Shanta, let us know, because we want to make sure that you are taking care. We take care of everybody, but we just want to see where you guys are coming from.
Yeah.
All right. Anywho, any other things that we're going to do? Any more giveaways? Did anybody else enter? No more giveaways.
Some more giveaways, y'all.
Okay.
What'd you say? What though? What's helping?
What though? Wait, okay, I guess we reset the room. So we were talking about GLPs and how GLPs are used to help you become your happiest, healthiest version of yourself. It is a tool to be used in that process, and it's not the stay all be all.
Yep.
You see that will sum it up?
Yep, that would sum it up.
Yeah.
How I used to be 300 pounds and now I'm 150 pounds, y'all.
Right.
Well, I use GLP-1.
Yeah. We had our first patient drop 102 pounds, went from 30 medications to 3. Wow. And if you want this girl, congratulations.
Congratulations. That's amazing. That makes me want to cry.
Yeah.
30 medications to 3.
Yeah, 30 to 3. When I tell you, when she came, she's on our Instagram. You can see her testimony on our Instagram. But when she came in, I mean, she lights up the room. She's so excited.
It's just a different aura.
Yeah.
Like, I had an aura, but now I got an aura.
Oh.
And not what an aura, what an aura. Aura. I got an aura.
She got an aura.
I got an aura. I don't have an aura no more. I got an aura.
We'll see you Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.